NetIO Basic Network Setup. In order to perform this setup, you will need Ethernet address information. See your network administrator to obtain this information. You will need an IP address and subnet mask. A DNS server is only required if emails will be sent from the unit to an email server's URL. Alternately, DHCP may be used to obtain this information from a network server. For the first-time connection to the NetIO, use a single computer or laptop. Also use a straight or crossover Ethernet cable. Set the computer to IP address 192.168.0.2. Set the subnet mask to 255.255.255.0. Open a web browser and enter the URL 192.168.0.246 to open the NetIO web page. Log on with the default user admin with a capital A and password with a capital P. Once logged on to the NetIO, the following setup pages can be found on the left-hand side menu. These will be used to configure the device. Operator setup, global settings, IP Ethernet setup, NTP setup, and if NTP is not used, time and date setup. Operator setup. It is good practice to change the username and password before installing the NetIO on your network. Enter the new username and password and click Save. A soft reboot is required when either of these is changed. You may use the reboot feature on the main menu on the bottom left. Reboot takes about 10 seconds. Access the NetIO using the new username and password. Global settings. These settings include device name, device location, contact information. These are not required but are used in emails and SNMP communications. If you are using the NetIO with Pilot software, leave the API authentication as internal. Otherwise, select User for increased network security. A soft reboot is required if this setting is changed. IP Ethernet setup. Enter the IP address, subnet mask, and DNS server address if used. Optionally, DHCP may be used to obtain these values, but is not recommended as some features, such as alarm tunneling, rely upon a fixed IP address. Show IP address will add the IP address to the web browser header under the device name. Click Save, and the new parameters take effect immediately. Enter the new IP address into the web browser and log on. NTP, Network Time Protocol. NTP allows a network time server to coordinate the time amongst devices on the network. NTP can be set to accept broadcasts if your network includes this protocol, or select Poll NTP server and enter the IP address and interval to poll. Either of these two methods is recommended for accurate time reporting of events. If not available, use the time-date settings page. Time-date setup. If NTP is not available on your network, use this page to enter the time and date manually to use the internal real-time clock. Your initial setup is now complete. Changes to username and password and authentication require a soft reboot. Firmware upgrades require a power cycle. Firmware level is displayed on the bottom of every web page. Firmware updates are available on our website. For more information, see the instruction manual for your NetIO model or visit our website www.americanfibertech.com for more information.